Next, we will hear from the Polish ambassador to Canada, Witold Dzielski. Provincial Constable Grzegorz Pierzchała was known to be fiercely proud of his Polish heritage and the culture he celebrated with his family. I now call Ambassador Dzielski to the podium.
Pani Janino, Panie Janie Pierzchała, family of Grzegorz Pierzchała, Lieutenant Governor, Mr. Premier, Solicitor General, OPP Commissioner, Ministers, members of the Ontario Provincial Police, members of the Canadian Armed Forces, droga Polonio, drodzy górale. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, we were all deeply moved as we learned about the tragic death of Grzegorz Pierzchała last week. I'm humbled to be here today with his family, his friends, colleagues from the police force. Grzegorz Pierzchała was a Canadian citizen and a member of the proud Polish-Canadian Highlander community. Poland and the Polish people have a strong history of dedication, serving, and fighting for what is right. It was so when over 22,000 Polish Americans and Polish Canadians departed from Kościuszko camp in Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, in 1917 to fight for the freedom of Europe. It was so when Poles stood ground at the famous Battle of Warsaw in 1920 to defend Europe against the Bolshevik communist invasion. It was so when Poles with their Canadian brothers in several theaters of the Second World War fought to liberate countries from German and Soviet occupiers. It was so with the famous Polish Solidarity movement, which paved the way for the nations of Central Eastern Europe to get rid of the communist oppression towards the end of 1980s. It was so in 2022, this past year, as Poles rushed to help millions of Ukrainian women and children fleeing the Russian invasion. Polish dramatic history shows how people of Polish origin value service to their country, to their community, to those they care for. I have not had a chance to meet with Grzegorz Pierzchała, but from what I hear from his friends, from his family, and what we all hear from the media these past days, he was a spectacular person, one that aimed high and achieved his goals. He took after his Polish parents, who are proud Polish Highlanders and Polish Górale. Pierzchała, with his faith in God, strength, dedication, conviction to protect his family, community, served the common good. Within the Highlander families in Poland, in Canada and elsewhere, these values are passed on through generations. No wonder that Saint John Paul II, the Polish Pope, a great friend of the Polish Highlanders, believed and used to say that Highlanders are the people you can trust and count on. The other day, I spoke about the death of Grzegorz Pierzchała with a half-blood Highlander and a member of the Polish Highlander Association, President of the Republic of Poland, Andrzej Duda. He was very moved by this tragedy. He assured me that his thoughts will be with us today, and he asked me to pass on his sincere condolences to the family. Today we mourn. We stand together with the Pierzchała family and their friends. At the same time, we cherish the memory of Grzegorz Pierzchała's life, his qualities, provide and will continue to provide an example to all of us. He died while serving others. He died as a hero. Glory to the heroes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Dzielski.